So, um, I guess my dog just wiped out half of what I wrote. Okay. So for unloaded version of the workout today, guys, it's 200 reps of all sorts of movements, right? 50 of each. We'll start with the 50 alternating Supermans. This is a kneeling version of the Superman. I'll go over it. We've done it before. It's a really good way to build up the strength in your back, right? We're gonna do 50 of those alternating. Then we're gonna do 50 sit-ups, 50 step-ups or lunges, right? If you don't wanna step up on anything or if you don't have anything to step up on. And then we'll do squats or squat jumps. Depends on how your hips and knees feel. Okay, that's unloaded version of the workout today. For the loaded version, we're gonna do 50 deadlifts. And ideally, it should be dumbbells. There should be something separate in two hands. It's not like one barbell, but ideally it's two dumbbells or two kettlebells or one dumbbell. You can do one-legged deadlifts. It's really good. Then we're gonna do the same 50 sit-ups, 50 step-ups, and we'll finish, instead of squats, with the single arm thrusters. And that could be with this one dumbbell or one bottle of scotch or one jug of water, anything that you can hold on to in one arm. That's gonna be great. All right? Okay, so we're gonna start with the warm-up. Nice and easy. I'm going to mute you guys for now, and then let me know if you have any questions. All right, let's get moving. We're gonna start with nice and easy dynamic warm-up. So hopefully you guys are here, you can hear me. So we start from the top, just nice and easy neck circles. Nice and easy, no rush. And then while you're doing this, you might as well start warming up your wrists, right? So we're not wasting time.
Dean, your head is kind of cut off.
Ah, okay. I cut off my head, yes. So move your head and move your wrists around in circles. Good, now let's do shoulder circles, nice and easy. You can start with just shoulder circles. You can put your hands on your shoulders, or you can also do big arm circles. Move your arms back and forth, side to side, up and down. Good hips, nice and easy hip circles, side to side. Just making sure nothing is tweaking and screeching and squeaking. Let's do knee circles, nice and easy. And move your ankles in circles. Just basically move your feet one at a time, circle them around a little bit. We're just starting with a little bit of a movement, right? We're gonna squat today. Either if you're doing unloaded version, so it's a squat, and maybe it's a squat jump, or maybe it's a thruster. So we're gonna have to warm up your hips quite a bit before we move on to that. So we'll start with just a lunge. And you can place the back knee on the floor, push this knee out of the way, try to glue your foot to the floor, and reach forward as far forward as you can. If you can lay down on the floor, that would be ideal. I cannot, but just try to make sure you're creating some external rotation in your hip, keeping your foot on the floor, and driving yourself down to the floor. Keep going, keep going, keep going. This looks good. Nice. Okay. And then switch your legs. Let's go on the other side again. Foot flat on the floor, knee out of the way, and drop down as low as you can. Move your knee around in circle. Nice and gentle. Good. Now we're going to go and stand up, go into a wider stance, and we'll do side lunges slowly. So pushing down to one side, then the other side. If you feel nice and warm or stretchy, try to get as low as you can, keeping both of your heels on the floor. So side lunges with both heels on the floor, otherwise known as Cossack squats. Try to get as low as you can. If you need to hold on to the floor, that's perfectly fine. You can hold on to a chair as you do this, or you can hold on to a heavy object of some sort, like a kettlebell in front. That helps a lot to stretch. You can lean back, weight on your heels. Go side to side, nice and slow. Keep it up, guys. Take a look at what's going on. Okay, looking good, guys. Side lunges. Try to stay on your heels on both sides. Good. All right, we'll continue with a little bit of lunging, twisting, and then we'll do a few Samson stretches to open up your hip flexors. So we're gonna lunge and twist away from the back knee, right? The back knee that's on the floor. We're gonna twist away from it. And then come up, switch legs, twist away, come up, down, twist away, come up. If lunges are difficult, a step up on something short will be a great way to do it. Or just step, split step, lunge, like half lunge and twist away. All right, half lunge, twist away. Now we're gonna try to do a Samson stretch. So again, you're in the lunge, you're pushing your hip forward. At the same time, you're trying to squeeze your butt, squeeze your abs, and you can open up your arms and reach up to the ceiling. You can do it with both arms or just one. That's the same as the back knee that's on the floor, because we're stretching the hip flexors here, right? So you can create as much distance on this side as possible by reaching out to the ceiling. So if I'm standing here, it's this, trying to lengthen your body as much as possible on this side. Switch legs if you haven't yet, or you can do both arms up to the ceiling and hold. And then we'll do it one more time on both sides. So forward, abs engaged, squeeze your butt. That's gonna sort of accentuate the stretch deep down in the hip flexors. And then arms up, reach up. And switch one more time on the other side, if you haven't yet. Arms up. Nice. Okay, so now let's try to squat, guys. Nice and easy first. No rush, just get in the squat. Both heels on the floor. Try to get as low as you can. Push your knees out. Relax in the deepest possible squat. Down. Now, if it's difficult, you can just squat to a chair, to a lower chair. But for now, let's just get down into a deep squat. If you can, grab onto your toes or your ankles, and we're gonna do bootstraps. So you're gonna open up your legs, holding onto your ankles or to your toes, or pressing against the floor, and then squat back down. So again, holding onto your feet, you're gonna stretch out your legs as much as you can. Try to keep your back straight as possible, and come back down. Straighten up your legs as much as you can, and come back down. Keep going, guys. Do at least 3 to 4 more. Very good. Stretch it out. Bring it back down. Move around a little bit in the squat. Half squat. Stand up. Good. Now, let's see if we can do a few nice and slow squats. So we're going to count to 5 on the way down. And we're going to go up and go back to count to 5. Like 5 reps, nice and slow. And go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Stand. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And stand. 3 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And stand. 2 more.
Nice,
1,
guys.
2, 3, 4, 5, and stand. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and stand. Okay, not bad. I'm still not feeling a good squat position, so we're gonna do, and I see some of you are going a little bit wobbly still. So what we're gonna do is we'll create a little bit more external rotation in your hips. Just a nice and easy pigeon stretch. Let's do a pigeon stretch. So you're down here, pull your foot up, pushing you up, out. And this is where you can play with it. You can reach forward, you can reach to one side, reach to the other side. Just move around a little bit, trying to create as much external rotation in your hip as possible. Right, nice and easy, push your knee out. You can lay down on the floor, move to the side. Good, let's go to the other side, guys. The other side. Lay down, move around.
Nice, Steven. Good job, Tom.
We need those squats to feel nice and warm and easy to do, because they're towards the end of the workout. So if we don't warm up the hips for the squat, it's going to be rough. Now we're going to shoot to finish this today in about 15 minutes, maybe 20 at most. But I can see how some of you guys can finish it even sooner, maybe like 12 or 13 minutes for the whole thing. Okay, so let's get up, see how the squat feels now. See if it feels a little bit looser. For me, it's actually better now. It feels a little bit better. So now we're gonna do a couple of inchworms with optional push-up in between. So just inchworm, walk out to a plank, right? Hold it here for a couple of seconds. If you feel like you can do a push-up, that's great. If not, just walk back down. Half squat, stand up, right? Again, reach down, hands on the floor, walk out. Push up, walk back down. Half squat, stand up.
You guys do push-ups from your knees.
Down, walk
So
out.
inchworm into your knees, all the way down, chest touches the floor, and then come up.
Come up.
Very nice, better.
Yeah. And then 2 more reps. Walk out into a plank. Push up. Back down. Half squat, and last one. Walk out into a plank. Boom. Walk back down. Half squat, stand up. All right. We keep moving. We're not stopping yet. We're going to do good mornings. And now your entire goal is to concentrate on keeping your back straight, neutral. So you're going to flex, or basically make sure that your abs are nice and tight and back is straight. And you're going to bend at the hips. You can bend your knees slightly if you need to, but you can keep them straight and go as low as you can without rounding your back. And then stand up. So the key here is to keep your back straight. And I encourage every one of you, even if you're like Superman and you're doing it great, just put the back of your wrist on the lower back, because that gives you a really good feedback whether your back is moving or not. And I do it from time to time anyway, just to check, spot check of what my back is doing. And then do it a couple more good mornings. And you'll feel at the bottom of the back of your legs is super tight, the hamstrings, right? So you can't even go any further. So go a couple more reps down and up. Good. Now, to stretch your hamstrings a little bit more and get a little bit more balance in case you're doing the single-legged deadlifts, right? We're gonna swing your leg up, woodpeckers, and then swing it back and at the same time, touch the floor. So it's gonna look like this. Up, down, touch, boom. So from this side, up, down, boom, touch. Don't go crazy, nice and easy. You can hold on to something. You need to try not to swing your leg too aggressively forward, because this is where you can pull your hamstring. Nice and easy, swing.
Doesn't have to be as fast as Vadim is doing it. You can go like 1/3 of a time.
Switch legs. Keep going. Gradually, you should be able to start swinging your leg a little bit higher, a little bit higher, a little bit higher. Boom. Whew. All right. Feels better now. Now we're going to do a single-legged RDL deadlift without holding anything in your hands, just like we just did without the swing. Nice and controlled, staying like this on one leg goes back. You're going to go down, possibly reach the floor, maybe not. The idea is not to round your back, right? So for me, if I go down past this point, I start feeling this is it. I cannot get down without rounding my back. So,
Guys, see how Vadim's back is straight, right?
so I'm going to bend my knee to touch the floor if I can. Now, if this is difficult, I'm not going to go to the floor. Like, I don't need to touch the floor at the expense of my back. So I want to keep my back straight, nice and slow, down and up. Now, what you can try to do now is if you have the weight, and again, it could be a dumbbell or it could be a bottle of scotch or anything. Let's do it with so unilateral, same arm, same leg.
Nice, Agatha.
So the leg is on the floor, same arm is holding the dumbbell. We're gonna go slowly down, maybe touch the floor, maybe not. Like I cannot touch the floor without rounding my back or without bending my knee. I'm gonna have to bend
Good
my
job,
knee
Christine.
to get to the floor and then come up. Switch hands, do a couple of reps on the other side, same idea. Same arm, same leg.
Nice, Yoko. Good job, Agatha. Nice, Christine. Margaret, keep your chest up. Just go to your knee and then go up. That's it. Chest up, and up. Nice, much better. Good job, Erica.
You guys are doing great. Okay. So one more thing. Now you can start without the weight, or you can, if you feel comfortable, you can do it with the weight. We're gonna hold your weight up overhead. And the key to this is to keep your elbow locked and the arm straight up. I'm doing it without any weight just to show you, right? The arm is up here. You're gonna go into a wider stance. And you're gonna reach on the inside of your thigh and in this inside of your leg down to the floor while keeping this arm up, vertical. So you're gonna go down, maybe touch the floor and come up, maybe not, right? If you can hold the weight in your hand, you're gonna hold it up overhead and go slowly down, touch the floor and come up, right? If you cannot touch the floor, that's fine, don't rush.
Guys, keep your knees soft, okay? And look up, look at the dumbbell. Okay, so the dumbbell's going to the ceiling.
Slow and controlled. Don't rush. Do a couple of reps on one side, switch, do a couple of reps on the other side.
Good job, Erica. Nice, Deborah.
I wish I had a bottle of scotch.
Very nice, Christine. Nice, Kirsten.
Left hand is too easy. Right arm is tough as nails. And up. Okay,
Good job,
good.
Michelle. So you're gonna press it up, right? When you going down, you're gonna press the dumbbell up. Nice, Margaret. Good try. So keep your elbows straight. Good.
Nice. All right. Okay, guys. So the next thing we'll do is, for those of you who remember the Turkish get up, we're just splitting the parts and bits and pieces of it so that we can assemble it back together and feel better with it. So we're gonna do first, without any weight, the lowering down and coming up from the Turkish get up. The way it's gonna look is this. You're gonna lunge back, then put your hand on the floor, then push this back leg through the window forward, then come back and lay down, right? No weight, nothing. Now on the way up, you're gonna roll up on the left side, come up, bring your hand close to your butt, lift your butt, push the leg back, and stand up. It's very simple.
Nice, Christine.
So
Good job.
you're lunging back, hand goes on the floor, the back leg goes forward, you sit on your butt, and then you roll on your elbow down on the floor. Right? Simple.
Good job, Jules.
Now, we're gonna stand up. If you hold something in your hand up overhead, if you can do it without anything, or you can do it with the book, right? It could be as simple as just a light book. You're holding it up overhead. The key is to keep this arm vertical the entire time. You're gonna go down to the floor, then hand down on the floor. The arm stays vertical, right?
Nice,
And you're
Margaret.
pushing your leg through, coming down on your elbow, back down.
So for the leg to go through, it has to be an opening between the other leg and the and the arm. Just make it wider. Good.
And then on the way up, I'm rolling up on my elbow, coming up on my hand, lifting my butt up, pushing the leg back through the window, coming up on my elbow, and stand up. Switch hands. Let's try to do it on the other side. Now,
Nice,
the
Michelle.
opposite leg to the floor, hand down, push your leg through, come down on your elbow, and you're laying down. And I'm going up the same way. Now is the time to try, if you have the weight of some sort, dumbbell, jug of water, anything, hold it up overhead and try to go a little bit heavier on the same movement. Down to the floor, leg through, coming down on your elbow, boom. And you're rolling up on your elbow, come up.
So when you're lunging back, it's the opposite leg. Left arm is, let's say, right arm is up, so left leg goes back. It's very confusing, I know, especially in the morning.
So arm is up, my left arm is up, my right leg goes back to the floor. I'm gonna go hand to the side.
Nice, Margaret, huh?
This arm
Good job.
stays up.
Then leg goes through. So lift it, Margaret, lift the hip up, and then the right leg will go forward. Yeah, we made it. Good job.
Good. I'm gonna do it one more time with heavier weight. You don't have to, guys, but if you have something heavier, go for it. Now, the key to make it work is to look up, and I cannot emphasize it enough. Just pick a spot on the ceiling and look through the weight in your hand to that spot the entire time. This way your arm stays vertical and it helps do what we need to do. Besides just improving your core strength, it's gonna improve your shoulder stability.
Nice, Peter. Good job, Michelle.
Ooh. Up.
You got it,
Down.
Agatha.
Hand to the side, leg through, and I'm coming down. Ooh.
Nice, Margaret. See, you did it, you did it twice. That's great.
Leg back.
You got it.
Nice. Come on.
Good job, Yoko.
I'm gonna go leg back and to the side.
Nice, Betty. Straight arm, great. Press up.
And come up. There you go. And if you're doing it with the kettlebell, it's gonna look exactly the same, except the kettlebell is gonna sit on the back of your wrist, like this. You're gonna go back and to the side, and it stays vertical. It sits on the back of your wrist the entire time, with your wrist being super flat. Boom, boom. Come up and stand.
Steven, you ready to go?
I'm ready. I'm ready to go.
He's got a deadlift set up and he's good to go.
All right, cool.
Good.
So the next thing we'll do, guys, is a step up. If you are doing step ups, grab your setting, like whatever you're gonna step up on. We're just gonna do, let's say 6 to 8 reps, alternating nice and slow. As you stand up, make sure your knees don't move laterally like this, right? You're nice and steady. You just stand up and walk down, right? Switch legs, try to do it with both sides. You want to make sure you're comfortable with whichever, like whatever you're stepping up on.
Make sure it doesn't slide. It's stable, right?
And it's stable. Yeah, so
Good
do
job,
like
Eileen.
6 to 8 reps is all we need.
Tom, be careful with that cooler so you don't go through. I don't know what's in a cooler, but
Now,
don't jump on it.
So now for the butterfly sit-ups, I don't have an ab mat. I don't need an ab mat. I just use my jacket. I take the jacket, I roll it up like this, and I put it under my lower back. So I'm gonna be here. My jacket will be underneath my lower back. My feet are gonna be together like this, knees out, butterfly sit-up. I'm gonna go back and come up. And this jacket underneath my lower back will help me get extra traction with my hip flexors. And I'm gonna go up and down, that's it. On the way up, I'm touching the floor in front. On the way back, I'm touching the floor behind me. That's it. If this is too difficult, guys, you can put your feet under something and do it anchored, and it's totally fine. I'm gonna do this.
Guys, if you don't have an ab mat, you don't have to roll anything under your back. It just keeps it a little more stable, like a towel, or make sure you don't get a rug burn. So whatever you are, make sure it's comfortable.
Now, if you are doing unloaded version and your hips are feeling good and your ankles are feeling good and you can jump, we're gonna squat and jump at the top. It doesn't have to be a high jump. You just need to get some air, right? So you're gonna go down, poop, down, down, yeah. That's if you're doing unloaded version, if there's no load whatsoever. Okay, if we're doing the load, you're gonna grab one dumbbell, lift it up on your shoulder, and we're gonna squat down, and on the way up, push press it up. So squat down, push press, and it's a one-arm thruster, right?
Nice,
Lower down,
Steven.
push press,
Good job, Erica. Nice,
Back
Nicole.
down. push press,
You got it, Christine, Yoko.
push press.
Nice, Margaret.
Switch hands,
Awesome.
do it on the other side, at least a few reps.
Good job, Michelle. Push your knees out. Good, better. Nice feet. Good job,
And
Jules.
That's pretty much it.
Nice,
I'm ready to
Eileen.
go. Are you guys ready? I'm almost ready
Who's
now.
doing loaded version? Can you guys wave hands? Pete, Erica, Eileen,
You can just unmute it.
Christine, Margaret.
I'll try.
Okay, cool, got it. Who's doing the unloaded one? If you guys wave your hands and yell real loud. Anybody? Agatha? Nice. That's it?
Kirsten.
Kirsten. Agatha, Kirsten.
In some ways, the unloaded version might be more challenging than the loaded version.
Deem's always sneaky, so like it looks good, it means it's gonna be tough. All right.
This guy, to the side. So, so yeah, go ahead.
The deadlifts, it's with the kettlebell, right?
So it's up to you. That's a great question. I was going to go through this before we do the workout. We're going to do 5 reps of each movement a couple of times, right? And the first time we're going to do it super slow. Then we're going to go a little bit faster, and then we'll take a sip of water and you know,
Okay.
right, last wishes and go for it.
So we're still
So-
warming up a little more.
Yes, I'm going to use the kettlebells for my deadlifts because my dumbbells only go up to 40 pounds. And so I have, and I don't care. I love kettlebells. So I'm going to use 2 kettlebells. Now you can use one. If you're using one, you can keep it between your legs. Keep your back straight. You're just going to lift it up to standing, lower it back down. That's it. It's the volume, total volume is quite high, but the volume of every exercise is medium to low. 50 reps is manageable. So what you could do is just keep going slower. The time that it takes you to finish this workout is secondary versus just keeping your back straight, making sure you just concentrate on quality. So I would go slow up and slow down. And then the same thing with the squats and everything else. If I'm doing the one-legged, if the weight is super light for me, I can just grab the kettlebell and do what we did before with one leg. One leg goes back. I'm staying as straight with the front leg as possible, lowering it down and coming back up.
So slower makes it harder, it makes it heavier, if that makes sense.
Go slow down, maintain straight leg, and come up. Right?
Just make sure don't drop it on your foot if
Slow,
you don't have
yeah.
any shoes.
So I literally take like 2-3 seconds to lower it down. It's gonna take a lot longer to finish this. And things to watch out for, like you should be done with the set of deadlifts in like 4 minutes tops. Like you should be done. Same thing with the sit-ups. 4 minutes, you should be 4 or 5 minutes, you should be done. Same thing with the step-ups. So like 4 or 5 minutes, it stops for every movement, roughly. If you're 4 minutes into it and you're still on rep 30, then cut the number of reps. It doesn't have to be 50, right? Especially if you haven't
I'll
done
do
it
the
before.
time, don't worry guys. I'll yell the minutes.
If you're using 2 kettlebells like I am, make sure at the bottom your back is straight and you're coming up. So what we're gonna do now, guys, pick whichever version you're doing. Olga's gonna watch you. Let's do 5 reps of each movement, starting from the top. So we start with the deadlifts.
Nice, Steven.
5 deadlifts, nice and slow.
Steven been ready for deadlifts for half an hour. He's gone. So Margaret, you want to stand a little wider and bend your knees more when you go down. Can you turn sideways so I see you? Is that okay? Oh, thank you very much.
5 deadlifts.
Bend knees, bend knees, bend your knees. No, even more. You have to, nice, bend them, bend, more. Better, much better, now stand up. Very good. Bend knees, knees go, knees. Very good, that's a good one. Awesome. So just keep
After
doing it that way.
deadlifts, we're doing sit-ups, guys. 5 reps.
Nice, Margaret.
Don't rush. You can swing your arms if you need to. Then we're going to do 5 step-ups. Again, no rush. Nice and easy.
Nice, Kirsten, Agatha.
Make sure at the top you're fully extended. So legs and hips are straight at the top of the chair or whatever you're using for step-ups, the box. So 5-6 reps is okay. And then we do the single arm thrusters. I can actually do it with the kettlebell, but that's gonna be very tricky.
Nice, Yoko. Good job, Pete. Nice, Margaret.
I guess I'm gonna attempt to do it with the kettlebell. Not attempt, I'm gonna do it.
Very good, Christine. Very flexible. That's awesome.
So now, I grab a sip
Good
of
job,
water.
Kirsten.
We'll do it one more round before we jump on a workout.
Nice, Michelle. Good job, Jules.
We're gonna do one more round. This is kind of optional because Olga's gonna walk you through this anyway. what the movements are. But in case you forget, I'm gonna keep it here.
There's only 4 straight through.
Straight through. Oh, sorry, guys. So one more thing before we do one more set. If you are doing unloaded, and even if you're doing loaded, let's do this just to get through the movement first, and also help you understand what you can do with it, because it's very powerful. So if you're doing it without the deadlift, we're gonna do kneeling, alternating Supermans. You're gonna be on your hands and your knees on the floor. We've done this before. The key is to keep your back straight. You're gonna extend opposite hand and opposite leg out as far out as you can. So I'm gonna go right arm out and my left leg out. Hold it for a second, bring it back. And then switch arms, extend, hold, bring it back. So if you're doing this, it's a great movement, by the way. Make sure you're lengthening your body as much as possible on every rep, and holding this position at least for about a second or so, right? So you're going lengthen, pull it up, and back down.
So it's like somebody's pulling your arm and pulling your leg. It's called bird dog.
Well, this is alternating Superman. You're like a Superman.
Or Superman.
You're
On your
flying.
knees, though.
You're like a flying Superman, a superwoman.
Nice, Margaret.
Just extend it out as much as you can. And this is going to be basically 1, 2, right? So you're going, I'm sorry, 1, 2, but slowly. So it's 1, pull up, 1 second.
So that's what Agatha and Kirsten is
Yeah.
going to start the workout with, right?
3, right? That's the alternating Supermans. Now, if you're doing the squat jumps instead of thrusters, you just squat, make sure your knees are staying in place, and then you're gonna pop up, get a little bit of air. Back down, boom. And make sure when you land with softening your knees and hips on every landing.
So that's unloaded. Kirsten is like a master of unloaded workouts. I love it. She's the best.
All right, guys, I'm ready. Any questions so far? Everyone's good? That was
Can you
just-
show the unloaded again?
Okay.
Yes.
So I know.
It's also in your Beyond the Whiteboard.
So think of it this way, instead of deadlifts, you're doing Supermans. It's the same thing, you're strengthening your back and your abs.
Okay.
And sit-ups and step-ups is exactly the same. And instead of thrusters, you're doing squat jumps. Those are gonna get your heart rate up even more than thrusters. So make sure you're okay. Let's do
And it's just one round?
just one round, yeah, unless you wanna do 2.
No.
No, it's just one round.
Okay.
So let's do at least a few reps before we jump into it, if you haven't done it yet, right? Do like 5 deadlifts, 2, 3,
Yikes.
Going 5 of each, right?
Good.
Going through
Just
one
like
more time.
5 reps of each. Just wait here, and I'll do sit-ups, 5 sit-ups, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I'm gonna do 5 step-ups or 6.
So
just to
5
make
reps
it
of
even.
each, just to warm up a little more and figure out where everything is.
We're trying to go
Okay.
faster now, right? Sort of like at the speed you're planning to do the workout. Okay? And then I'm doing the thrusters. So one arm, actually, I'm gonna do it with the other arm now. So I did it with the left. Whew. Go. Ah.
Nice, Tom. You got the bands, right? Yeah, awesome. Bands are great. That's not an alternative.
All right. So, one little tip, guys. If you haven't done a long workout like this with a lot of reps yet, you can break it up. One of the most difficult aspects of these types of workouts is to go 50 reps of everything before you move on to 50 reps of the other thing, right? So the way to make it easier is to just do let's say 10 reps of each, and just make it into 5 rounds. 5 rounds of 10 reps of each. That would make it a lot more doable to get through. All right, I'm ready. Almost. I'm just gonna put my strap on. And I'm ready to go. And whenever, guys, you're ready.
Any questions, guys?
It's just one round, right?
Yeah.
Kirsten just asked. Yes.
Yeah, one round, Tom.
So Kirsten and Tom can do two.
If you can finish it in like 12 minutes, that's awesome.
I'm just trying to mention, like yesterday with the sit-ups, it's like you think you're gonna max out your sit-ups, and then all of a sudden you gotta do three times as much. I just was making sure.
It was push-ups. Sit-ups are not that
No,
bad.
no tricks today. No
Okay, thanks.
tricks. All the same thing.
Never know though. Makes it fun.
All right, guys. I'm going to put a little bit more music here, slightly louder, so I can hear it. All right. I'm gonna mute you all. If you need anything, shout.
Oh, shout.
We'll start with the deadlift. Obi, running the clock, right?
Right, guys. Ready? 3, 2, 1, and go for it. Nice, Margaret. Good job, Nicole. Jenny, you good to go? You all right? Good. Nice. Showtime, Steve. Go for it. Nice show. Good job, Erica. Good job, Agatha. Nice show, Margaret. A little more. Break them up, that's fine. You did it in 20 seconds. Got it, Pete. Nice, Margaret. Good job, Yoko. You got it. Go, Nicole. After deadlifts, bird dog will do sit-ups. 50 sit-ups. Good job, Kirsten. Nice. That could be the only thing connecting neutral. There you go. Oh, Michelle. Nice, Erica. Okay, got it. 2.5 minutes in. Got 15. Got it, Margaret. Good. Got it, Yoko. Please go. Good job, Tom. You got your son, I love it. You set up straight, and then we're gonna go to 50 step up. Good job, guys. Jules, you all right?
Yeah.
Go ahead. 4 minutes in, guys. Nice. Step up, guys. Extend your hips. So when you're on top of a chair or stool, squeeze your butt. 'Cause your stool, squeeze your butt together. The bum is not hanging on the other side. Nice and cool. Five and a half minutes in. Going very fast for it. That's great. Good job, Steven. Nice, Michelle. Nice, Eileen. Go, Agatha. You guys did great. Or Agatha and Kirsten go for squat jump. 50 total. Nice, Yoko. Probably squat lower. No. Nice. Good job, Michelle. Go, Agatha. Okay. Thanks, Margaret. You can switch arms, guys. Christine, if you can't squat lower, do it. Nice, Jules. Good job, Agatha. Nice, Nicole. Go, go, go. Good job, Steven. Look good. Nice, Erica. Good job, Pete. You got it, Tom. Is that a double laundry detergent? I think so. Whatever works. Dog food is great. Mulch. Nice, Kirsten. You got it. Right weight in.
around the chair. Woo.
Come on, Margaret, you gotta beat 15. You done? Done, Nicole? Good? Done. Nice. Kirsten, you done?
Time.
9:49 for Vadim. Yoko done?
Yes.
Good job. 9:50. Thomas done? Dr. Caroline? Thomas done? Margaret, you done?
Yes.
Very nice. 10 minutes. Good job. 10 seconds in. Nice.
Catch your breath, guys. Keep
Team
it
is
up.
done. Good job.
Eric is good. Keep going. Come on, Rita, let's go.
You guys want to do second round? We have 6 minutes left in the class, so. My friend. Nice, Eileen.
No, Tom.
Almost good. Tommy, all right? Smile. Erica. 10:22. Good job, Erica.
Nice, Peter. Good up, Pete. Come on. You got this. Keep
Come,
finish
Michelle.
strong.
Good, Peter.
Come on.
Work, Peter.
Yay, Eileen is done. Good job.
Work, Eileen.
Betty, you good? Done?
Oh, I can't see anything.
Work, Steve.
Even you good? Done?
Close, Peter. Let's go, Peter.
Was like you?
You got this, Peter.
Come on, Peter, you got it.
Nice.
Peter,
Keep going. You're almost done.
Good, Peter. You got this, Peter.
Keep it up. Keep it up. Come on. Punch.
come on,
Keep going. Keep going. Come on.
come on.
Almost there. Punch. Good. Punch. Very good. Lock up your elbow at the top. Come on. Go. That's it.
Got it, Peter.
Almost done. Come on.
Nice. That's it. Yeah?
Done?
Nice.
Good job.
Great. Awesome. Good job, guys. Well done. Don't rush. Don't rush to run away. We have a couple of minutes to stretch. Catch your breath. Catch your breath. You're doing great. That was awesome.
You weren't.
Everyone finished so fast. That's amazing. So one thing I would focus on to stretch today is your shoulders first, and then a little bit of your hips, right? But for the shoulders, the easiest thing to do is just grab a chair, right? Or something like a desk of some sort or a table. Put your straight arms on top of it. And to make sure they're straight, I would create a little bit of internal rotation. And like, so that your elbows kind of pop to the side, right? Instead of keeping them down, I would go
Wait,
to
Olga, can you take speaker view back?
I can't see you.
Olga, go speaker view.
Oh, sorry, yes. I'm sorry, yeah, I'm too little here. There you go, okay. Thank you. So basically, look, so what I want to do is, I don't want my elbows down, I want them to the side. So I would get a little bit of internal rotation without pushing my shoulder in, right? I don't want this, that's not good. You want your shoulder back, but you want to just turn your arm out, your elbows pointing out, like this, right? And then you put your hands on, and with this internal rotation, push your head through.
Put your head through.
That's it. And just hold it here, straight legs more or less, right? And press down, you can kind of hang in there, just go down and up, bounce a little bit, right? Make sure you can move side to side a little bit, depending on where your shoulders are. Careful with this, but nice and easy, stretch your shoulders. They should feel okay if you were doing the thrusters all the way up. They should feel nice and loose by now, right? Well,
Something broke.
You know,
I don't know what.
something somewhere going crazy. No. And just go down, stretch it out a little bit more, and then come up, move around. You can do this similar trick, except now in a bit of a different motion. And so what we're trying to do is we're trying to stretch your pec minor. So your, doesn't matter what it's called, but basically if you find your shoulder here, right, and kind of work your way towards the middle of your chest, just past the shoulder, and once you dip in, right, then this is where your pec minor is. It's kind of like deep inside here. It's not on your chest. It's not high up on your shoulder. It's more in the middle here. So what we want to do now is we want to create external rotation. So you're going to externally rotate your arm and then place it, let's say in the door frame, and just move forward, right? Or put it on the wall and just externally rotate yourself a little bit. So it's this rotation without doing this. That's not good, right? You want to keep your shoulder down and just push it out a little bit, slightly. Door frame works really well for that. A wall works really well. Well, also the floor works well. I can go down on the floor, put my thumb up like this, and then push myself away from the side and just extend. Woo. This guy's gonna leak me because I'm all sweaty. Woo. Hey, stop it. Stop it. My super sweaty is like leaking me. Okay, you can do the same thing on the other side. Make sure like you stretch it out. Door frame works really well for this. You can go both arms in the door frame and kind of walk forward like this, gently, like very gentle with your pec. It's a small muscle, and because we are all crunched up by our computers now, like all day long, like this, it's very tight. So you need to be gentle with it and slowly press it out. That's going to help you get in a better posture, better position. So you're not crunched up on the keyboard all day, right? Then you're going to open it up and stretch it out a little bit, right? Open it up, and you're going to feel better. How you guys doing?
Good.
Everyone's alive? That's awesome. Jules, you're feeling good?
Thank you.
Good job, guys. Great
Okay,
workout.
thank you.
Thank you.
Great day.
Yeah,
Be good.
tomorrow.
See you tomorrow, guys.
See you
9
tomorrow.
and 4 o'clock Q&A, right?
Yeah, 4 o'clock if you have time. There's been a lot of questions about the challenge. What happens with this and that? Can I eat this? How much of this should I eat? How much of that, right? Everyone is different. You will see every plan is different, right? So we're going to talk about that at 4 tomorrow. If you have time, jump on the Zoom call. We'll answer all of your questions.
It's like, where do I put milk and wine? That was the biggest question.
Thank you.
How do I mix my scotch and milk? How do I count that?
Okay.
Bye.
This weekend, guys.
All right.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
See you
Thank
tomorrow.
you. Have a great day.
Yeah, you too.
You too.